come on for the walk. Or, ooh, finger snapping. Get your mats if you're stretching out. Get your weights if you're going to do some weights. Stand up if you're walking in place. Line up if you're walking wall to wall. Get your chair if you're going to do some chair exercises. Hey, jump on your bike. Start your treadmill. Yeah.
Power on.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Great ride isn't y'all raw today. Rah, rah, rah. Thanks for coming on the walk, y'all. Like, comment, share. Tell an uncle. Tell an auntie. Tell a cousin. Tell a friend to subscribe and exercise with me. Oh, okay. A little too slow. Y'all know I'm coming from the weekend. Oh, we gotta get back to it. Yes, y'all. Like, comment, share. Tell an uncle, tell an auntie, tell a cousin, tell a friend to subscribe and exercise with me. I said that already, right? Whew. All right. Y'all know the first 5 minutes is the hardest. But yeah, y'all. We gotta talk about these World War II people, the millennium. I gotta put it out here to warn y'all. These folks, these European African warmongers. I remember I used to always hear when I was kidding, oh, when are they gonna stop the war? When are we gonna stop the war? Why do we have to? These are European Africans. The mixture equals warmongers. They love war. In 1918, Europe was over there fighting. Germany and somebody against Russia and somebody. Yeah. And then, time lapse, they still kept fighting with time lapse. And when they do it, because it's Europe, that's the dogs next door. Because they do it, they call it World War. So, then, maybe, what is that, 20 years later, hey, thanks for coming on the walk. I can't see who it is. Is it Ellen? It looks Ellenish. I'll find out on the break. And they're back at it again. This is 2024. They started fighting over there. Russia and Ukraine, what? 2014. Okay? The same thing. They don't do anything different. That's why you have to want. Want for yourselves. And I gotta tell y'all, I was on the YouTube streets. And I saw this video about this Palestinian, well, she was born on this penal colony. And Idaho, whoo, place, honey, whoo. Some of the worstest of the worst European Africans. Honey, these are the ones that was made by these wardens and the enslaved women. And they made millions and millions and millions of them. Because, what are you talking about, 800 years? So they are the worst of the worst. Because they say, ain't no African in me. Ain't no African in me. And they will unlife you to prove it. That little girl's there, she's hot. She's standing in front of the school, the city council, somebody. And she just gets so overcome. And she was like, she didn't say this, but she was like, if I had a gap, I'd unlife all of this. Because she thought she had freedom of speech. Now you do have freedom of speech, but not her. Her people are in the other penal colony ran by this penal colony, which is called Guantanamo Bay. So by technicality, she is a born and blood inmate criminal. She don't know that. She don't know that. Her people's is on Guantanamo Bay. The way these European Africans look at stuff, she is a born and blood inmate criminal. Just like on this penal colony I was born, and I was labeled a born and blood inmate criminal. Made my life a living hell, still is. So, she didn't know. She had to say stuff like, I wish the ground would open under your feet and swallow everybody sitting there. You see? She has to say something like, the next tornado comes through. I hope it takes the roof of your house and you and your wife while you're in your sleep. See, you gotta say that. But she said she had a gap. She didn't lie. So I said, poor thing. You don't know. To all you Iranian, Iraqian, Afghanistan, honey, they mixing up the East Indians and all that. Y'all born on this penal colony. You are born and blood inmate criminal. Your peoples is on Guantanamo Bay. That's how these European Africans look at it. Oh, I got good messages. I can't wait to read them. So, I want to put that to y'all. I knew where she was coming from. I felt her pain. And then, found another video. Just when I was like, oh, how long can I do this for? Give me a minute. Because y'all know I didn't walk over the weekend. So, hold on. Let me see if I can pull some of this stuff to the back. Okay. So I come across another video. And this woman is like she's on her side of the fence. And it's not a wooden fence. What do you call that? Like a metal fence with the prongs and stuff. And on the video, you hear the man say something like, Mary Jane, you better stop doing that. What are you doing that for? And she's like, oh, F you. Kiss my ass. And she going up. And then his wife comes and said, you're picking the weeds from outside. You're picking the weeds from outside. Of course, they were young European Africans. They don't know nothing. But that was an old black woman. And they were like, well, maybe she's seen now, maybe she's something. And I watched that woman. And I decided right then and there, I can't stop walking. I have that rage that woman had. This penal colony gave it to me. And the older I get, the more I clearly see the bullshit. And it can be too much, y'all. It can really be too much. Okay, I'm going back to this camera. And so, I can't stop walking. I think I would become way too violent in my old age. Because when this bullshit hits you, like when I be hearing stuff, oh, bullying, and the bullying, and the bullying. I'm like, you bitches bullied a whole race of people for over 600 years. And now you upset Because your son being bullied because of glasses? How about being bullied because of color skin? Something you can't do nothing about. But you didn't do nothing about that. You taught it. You taught it to them. And now they do it to one another. Okay? That's bullying. I've been bullied since, I came out my mother's womb on this penal colony. Please. But millennials, I had a focus. I had a way that I know I can go. Because this universe, this planet, gives you free will. It gives you free will. You put it up here. You see it here. You smell it here. Even though you ain't got it in front of you, it's tangible, taste it there. And you will have it. And that's all you focus on. Because this bullshit is going to go on and on and on and on. Because y'all don't see these European Africans for who they are. And they don't do nothing different. Now you also, okay, now, remember I told y'all, you don't make the decision of who the executive warden is. That's strictly from the Crown. Okay? So, now, remember I told you, executive warden, former executive warden, Orange Slimeball, is running for executive warden. Out of all these candidates, he is the only one qualified. Out of all the candidates on that Republican ticket, he is the only one qualified. Don't you have to ask yourself why? Because he made a promise of your blood to these wars if he gets in. And that's what the world wants. Biden just been giving them money. They don't want money anymore. We're in 20 years, well, 15 years, there was World War II. Okay? They want blood. And that orange slime ball is the only one who will be strong enough to do a draft on y'all. He has the control of what you call the Homeland Security. Do y'all remember when Homeland Security was driving around snatching folks off the street? I knew right then, I was like, disband them. But no. This time, when they put in the draft, they're going to drive up in buses and take y'all asses. This is a penal colony. So, they say, oh, Vicky, what you talking? So, now, when the orange one was the executive warden, he did war with Iran. Some general or something was killed, and Iran did a $50 million bounty on the orange one's head. Don't look it up now. You can't find it. They removed it. But I got it on my Facebook because we have a picture of the orange slime ball, his bottom bitch wife, then the other bottom bitch wife, and the executive vice president warden, and they're all dressed in dresses, white dresses, because they were hiding, because there was a $50 billion bond. Now, the Iranian president is passed. The threat to the orange one It's gone. That's who the crown is going for. And millennials, y'all fitting ready to be drafted. Stay focused on what you want. That's the only thing gonna get you through. Just they say you can tell a horse by his record. Look at this penal colony. Go back. The first draft was for the Civil War. Then, that was in the 60s, 1860s. Then, the next one was, I think it was, the 60s. Again, millennials. We're coming up on 2060s. Y'all ass finna be drafted. For the crown. I tell you, these people that you call yourself voting for, elected for, they ain't got no power. They follow orders. Until you see these European Africans for who they are, this shit will never stop. These wars will never stop. Because, getting back to World War II, German Ethiopians. German Ethiopians. That's who they gassed. German Ethiopians. Germans who mixed with the Ethiopian race and adapted its culture, which y'all call Jews. And that war was about getting rid of mixed race people. All these wars that's how stuck in time they are. They still going after the African and the mixed race people. What do you think gypsies are? European Africans? Anything. And it makes no sense because they are African. Though now DNA is labeling it something different. Like instead of coming out and saying Ethiopian or African, German African, they won't say that. They say German Jew. That's religion. So can you imagine what they're going to call? Well, first of all, I don't think they even do. They stopped doing it. The DNA, the Mormons, they stopped like focusing on the African. I think they damn near, if a European African take a DNA test, I think they totally ignore the African. They say, well, that's QZB. Well, he's French, Mediterranean, and QZB. You say, what's QZB? African. Their whole thing. That's why they can't get out the pass. Their whole thing is eliminating the history of the African in Europe and out of their blood. They can't. That's why they hate the curly hair. Ugh. Because that means it shows that they have African in them. And instead of being proud, they hate it. But what I'm trying to make to you millennials, focus. See what you want. Go after it. Though everything around you, these folks, a lot of folks didn't get drafted. Those were the ones that knew what the hell they want, and they didn't want war. Okay? So I'm trying to say get prepared. Because it's coming. Because they want that orange one back. And out of all those candidates, the only one that promised the crown blood, because do not resuscitate. Yeah. Do not resuscitate. Tap me out. I ain't been there, done that. No, y'all. Oh, 20 minutes is done. And this shirt is going because I can't even tell you the sweat that is pouring off me right now. I gotta read my messages. But, oh, I see something. Oh, I never knew it really did my heart rate. Maybe I never really held on to it. Okay, y'all. Oh, oh. Yep, I do got my paper towels. Just not close. Let me put the music up. Whew. Yeah, here I am, y'all. Hey. Thanks for the support. Yes, thank you, Ellen. 500. I'd have never thought. Oh, he was saying you are Ellen, I could tell. No, I don't have any merch because I'm too old to be mailing that out and just getting these videos out is plenty, Ellen. But if I was younger, I'd be hot, on fire. And, oh, like my shirt, yeah. No, Ellen. I told you. Yes, you did tell me that you would help me make it, and you did. It was awesome. Okay, hold on, y'all. Oh, can I mod for you? I don't know how to mod, but leave me a message because I don't see this one after I go back in. You can contact me on inspirationsensation2016@gmail.com, Ellen. Hey, Rehoboth Towns. I'm feeling fantastic. How are you feeling? Oh, thank you. Said you look good, pretty lady. Ooh, easy now. Yes, I am feeling nice. Oh, thank you all, and I'm doing nice too. Y'all, I just stop sweating. Let's go back on this walk. Whew. I have to get off of here and go upstairs and jump in the shower. Wow. And then I'm up for the rest of the night. So, yeah. No one told it from before, but you can see it now. And let me tell you what they'll do, millennials. First thing they're going to do, because they make money from wars. So what they do is they make it hard for you to have businesses. They start doing shit where your businesses start closing. People can't find work. And then they say, hey, you can make money in the army. Or whatever military thing. And then, next thing you know, you get something in the mail, and they tell you to show up. And if you don't show up, that's what Homeland Security is for. They will be at your house and many other houses to pick you up. Yep. It's been done. Okay? And ain't nothing y'all can do to stop. Oh, let me put this in. Well, I remember. On the YouTube streets. Hey, y'all. I'll read your message when we finish up. Oh, I've got it down. Oh. Let me go. So, y'all, better be careful. See what you want and go for it. And vow nothing will get into your way. Because They giving all these cults tax breaks and everything. I tell you, I was in a cult, and basically everyone from that Southern Baptist cult wound up going in the army. But we were prepared to fight and die. That's what we sing in the church. So, you smart, you said go ahead and get those cults. Especially that Mormon cult, wrap them folks up and put them in the and send them. Send them. They'd be honored to do it. Because they're God's, you know. So, y'all might have to start thinking smart. Old days they ran to Canada and stuff like that. But I'm trying to tell you, if you look at these folks and see these European Africans for who they are, it ain't really hard to outsmart them. They just do the same thing the same way over and over again. The African in them, they hate. So when they see the African, which is me, they hate me. They can't help it. They can't help it. That's the only way they know how to deal with it. And like I said, that little Iranian girl, she didn't know who she was dealing with. They was like, how this little yellow Iranian born and blood inmate criminal standing in front of me talking to me like that. But I felt that girl. She was saying, you're treating me and my family like inmate criminals. And I was like, yeah. I wish you'd have contacted me. I would have said, yes, they are. Just wish that they walking down the street and a hole swallows them. Wish that they all in the car and the car goes straight into a creek. But when you're born, labeled a born and blood inmate criminal, if you say anything to these European Africans about hurting them, they go around unlifing and hurting people all around the globe. It's okay, because it's them. Ooh. If I've always been into sci-fi, and if it's true that my energy came from outer space, when we separate, I want you to go back, my energy to go back and tell them, no, don't send no more down there. Don't send any more. Don't send any more. No, don't come back. Don't send any more. Don't send as many floods, as many tidal waves, as many tornadoes as you can to save the other animals that don't go around unlifing just because they don't like the color of your skin. Or unlifing just so they can say, I'm a God. I'm a God. Well, how do you, what makes you God? Well, I unlife people. Didn't you ever wonder? All these people in the military come from cults. Tax exempt. Don't you understand now why? They're paying for your kids, and you sit your dumb ass right there and go for it. Well, anyway, so poor little Iranian girl, I tell you. Honey, this is a penal colony. And because they said your people blew up the World Trade Center, which, honey, I am hard-pressed to believe because I know these European Africans. They poisoned me for 30 years with antibiotics, telling me My heart would stop. If I got my teeth clean and the bacteria got loose, it would kill me. Then 30 years later, they came back and said, okay, well, I missed the part. They used to give you enough antibiotics that you would almost throw up to the lining of your stomach. You had to eat yogurt, just to try to save your stomach every time you went to the dentist. And then, at the end of the 30 years, they said, you really didn't need it. You really didn't need it. And then, 25 years after that, or 30, COVID comes. And they have destroyed our antibodies. And because nothing was said, I know it was basically just African Americans. And there was agreement between the dental industry, the pharmaceutical company, and the medical industry. So I know these folks lie. They lie all the time. They're warmongers. That's all they are. And this penal colony is used by the Crown to fight their wars. That's why I say junkyard dogs. The Crown just opens the fence and let the junkyard dogs out. And they all over the globe fighting people. Coming back and tell us, we help in society. Oh, with your foot on their neck? But then I ask you, why the hell are you running around here helping other societies? On the YouTube streets, 911 call. Old man, he says, this is not really an emergency, but I need to call someone. And she says, what's going on? He says, well, I'm an 80-year-old man, and I have no food in my house. I don't know how to get no food in my house. So I called 911. I had to stop myself from crying. That don't matter to these folks here. These are wardens. This is a penal colony. War. And Europeans, they love war. Russia was fighting over 100 years ago. In Europe again. Oh, this is what I meant to tell you. Y'all, going back to World War II. So then, it was the German Ethiopians and what they called gypsy, was just mixed race European Africans. But Germany, Russia got rid of all this. They got rid of the black Africans. I mean, they just gone. Their bones is probably deep buried. But they started a campaign to get rid of. They call them gypsy, but they're European Africans. And then they went on to, let's get the German Ethiopians. Again, German Africans. And then Germany and Russia was going after that bitch in the crown, and his boy had a son. But at that time, it was his fucking dead mother. Rotten ain't good enough. She was rotten when she was alive. And at that time, the crowns, they were fighting with China. They was fighting everybody. They just telling you the worst. European Africans, the worst. So they were fighting with the Arabs, Palestinians, and they won some land. So when the German and Russian failed to destroy England, because with the help of these junkyard dogs on the penal colony, he pulled in his junkyard dogs, and they came through there. So now, England is standing. Germany defeated. Russia retreated. And then that bitch in the ground, mother, said, oh dear me, oh dear me, we have land in that desert, was a desert, the Palestinians was there, and nobody uses it, nobody uses it. So why don't you take the German Ethiopians and put them there? And that way, they can help us fight to take some more Palestinian land. Well, after all, they was going to be put in the oven, so now we can put them in the British Israel, and they'll fight for us. We don't have to fight, put our people in there. Guess who's backing the British-Israeli war? England and Germany. England and Germany, European African countries, warmongers, they're using the German Ethiopians and making them fight and die for their wars while they sit their asses in their own fucking country and no one is hurt. No one is alive. Until you start seeing these European Africans for who they are, ain't nothing can be done about them. I see them clearly. Lying, lowlife, warmongers, animal destroyer, land destroyer, human destroyer. Human life don't mean shit for them. Oh, no, honey. Ooh, I tell you, y'all get ready, because war makes money. And these Europeans will always keep a war going. So, when they put in the draft, because the orange slime ball is going to get in, because he can easily take, 500,000 military men and drop them in the middle of the British Israel and have them fighting behind some kind of fucked up lie they tell. Easily. So, y'all get ready. Y'all better go back and look at those 60 things. Y'all thought it was something, ha ha ha, Forrest Gump. You wait till that Homeland Security come and round your ass up. They didn't have Homeland Security back in the 60s. Why do you think they took all the military equipment and shit and put it in the cities, in the towns? An anticipation. Yep. And when y'all don't show up for that draft, finally, Canada will get the gates it's always wanted. Because, remember, these European Africans don't do nothing different. They will throw gates between here and Canada when your ass try to run, because they drafting you. Only way to fight that, honey, is with your mind. Have a purpose. Have a want. Have a goal. See your life being nothing like this. And it will be nothing like this. Let them go ahead. Like I said, they got all these cults. And that's another reason why the orange one is going to get in, because he gave all those cults money. Them cults would gladly make sure that every congregant in their cult signs up for the army. They'll tell them, and see, that's what I never understood. They'll tell them, God needs you. Now I tell you, I've been on the YouTube streets. I done seen a tornado, hurricane. I seen a tsunami. Tell me why the hell God needs y'all to do anything. You can't do shit. Why do he need you? He don't. You're liars, you're manipulators, you're lowlives, and you're warmongers. And you will be dealt with. That's why I'm calling you out. I'm saying, no. They're like, well, we looking for the white people. We looking for it. Ain't. That's why they ain't been dealt with. They're not. The European Africans. And when I say that, they say, oh, yeah, them. I say, yep, them. They know what you're talking about. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, on Sunday, you'll see them coming out the churches and the temples. On Saturday or Friday night, you'll see them coming out the temples. And whatever the sun set and they throw out their blanket or their mat, you'll see them right there. So, but y'all better get ready, because they finna. Homeland Security got fun to pick y'all, sweep y'all up like they do dog poop at the park. Throw y'all asses in there. Because y'all ain't got the brains of the people back in the 60s. That's why I said one. Use your brain to see yourself someplace better. Someplace better for you. So you can see it. And then you can know. And that's what you keep your sights on. Because I'm telling you what's going to be happening around you. But don't look at that. Look at where you want to go. Because people going to do it over and over and over and over until the ground swallows them whole. Until a volcano brings ash down on them. Other than that, they're going to be doing the same thing. Warmongering. And that's why that orange slime is going to get out. His threat, 50 million on his life, is gone. Because the president is gone. Because the president of Iraq, man and energy separated. In a plane accident. I said the plane accident. But now, the orange one is free to move around. And he got that because he promised millennial blood for his wars. Whew. Ciao. I guess me and my daughter have a house. If y'all got to run and hide, we'll put you up. Because we already labeled born in blood inmate criminals. They don't expect nothing, nothing more from us. Just because of the color of our skin. European Africans, I'm telling you. Oh, that's what I was talking about. I saw on the YouTube street Look, the father was talking about the boy was being bullied, and they took a glass and something. I was like, really? Because y'all have been the bully, still is the fucking bully of this planet, and nothing can stop you. I should have said no one, but something can. Because I see, especially in Texas, them tornadoes be coming through there, and I kept saying, well, wait a minute. Where the God from the multi-million, billion-dollar churches? Ain't he there making sure that the church don't blow away? Because he's so good and great and everything, he can do everything? 10, not up, no down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 1 for good luck. Yeah, and across Idaho, ain't that with the God, the men's that's the gods? Ain't they down there stopping them tornadoes? Stopping them hurricanes? Oh, they ain't. No, they ain't, because they just European Africans beating on their chests, acting a fool, warmongers. Squeeze your gut, tuck in your elbow, neither up nor down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 1 for good luck. Whew, y'all see the sweat that's pouring off me? Hold on, I gotta wipe my hands because when I go to do that screen, my hand be so sweaty and my little tissue is already gone. Hey y'all, hey. I'm back to the messages. Thank you, Ellen says do nice. Oh, thank you, Ellen. Keep working. I am. Get it working, baby. Get it working. Thank you. Rah, 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 Ellen. Rah, rah, rah. I hear you. And Joseph, hey, thank you. Thank you. You see the sweat pouring off me. You see the sweat pouring off me. I got this. Y'all got it too. Thanks for coming on the walk. Like, comment, share. Tell a uncle, tell a auntie, tell a cousin, tell a friend to subscribe and exercise. And I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for coming on the walk.